Hey, it's Advent, and we are just finishing out the second week of these Advent follow-throughs. Right, this is our time with God. It's our time in the Word, where we're saying, all right, Lord, continue to transform us, continue to help us to follow through on what you're saying to us, on what you're doing in our lives, right? Because this Word is so important. Who He is matters more than anything else. So hit that subscribe button, because I don't want you to miss even one of these as we go through this leading up to Christmas and even beyond. And today, I want to just kind of, again, repeat something I've been talking about for the last couple weeks, and that is a series we're doing at church on Sundays. It's called Christmas at Home, right? Or At Home for Christmas. And that's such a really cool theme. And I know that COVID and some of the other things happening in our world today are kind of throwing a wrench in that. It's making it a little bit challenging. But when you think about what home is and what we've been talking about, I mean, isn't that what Christmas is all about? Look at John chapter 1, verse 14. It says, the Word of God became flesh, right? The Word became flesh. And what did it do? It dwelt among us. And so Jesus became, who is God, who is the Word, who spoke everything into being, became one of us. And it dwelt. And dwelt literally means he like set up a place to live with us. Moved in. Someone once said, it's like, what it means is God moved into your neighborhood. God moved into your, on your block, right? He's right there with you. How amazing is that? Because again, a lot of times we just feel so unworthy, right? And life beats us up and we feel like nothings. And while we could never earn God's love, what he says is it's not about that. This Christmas thing isn't about that. And yeah, the home thing it seems a little tough, right? It's going to be hard to pull off the Hallmark Christmas miracle. But you don't have to. Because he's made his home with you and with me. Into the mess of our lives, into the chaos that we might have, right into our selfishness and our anger and all the other things that are happening, and we maybe just as soon not have anyone come near us. God says, hey, no, I'm here. I'm here. And guess what we get to see? We get to see his glory. It says that the Word was made flesh, it dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory. Glory is of the only Son of the Father, full of grace and truth. So when we stare at that baby in the manger, when we look at that Jesus on the cross, and when we look at him like risen triumphantly from the grave, man, that's his glory. That's the very glory of God. Because that was his mission, to come and die for us. That's what Christmas is about. His rescue mission. That was the start of it. And we get to see all of the many facets of it as we continue on in the church year, right? Going into Lent in a couple months, and then into Easter in a couple months, and seeing all of that glory that God has. And think about that for a second. He comes down to be with us. And as unworthy as we are, we get in on seeing his amazing glory that is just mind-blowing. And it's so incredible. And I pray that thought frames your Christmas. Right? Not that we try to dial in the perfect Christmas based on what everyone else thinks, but that we know it's going to be amazing. Because it's all about him. It's all about his glory, not ours. About his good news and the joy and peace that he gives to us. I pray that you have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll be back next week for another set of video follow-throughs as we keep going during this Advent season. All right? God's peace, and we'll talk to you soon.